giving me hell. My uncle back up on the block and now they begging for bail. He always calling me for paper cause he know I'm the trail. Now I'm eating my McDonald's, I was fresh out of jail. Now I'm made it out of chum, at least I know I'm up, boy, thump. Like my neighbor's drum, put up a pum, boy, I bump. In that Billy Strong, he ain't know I'm he ain't thump. He just grabbed the pump and made it go dumb. Got a pump cause he got no
It's the venue that's had plenty of success, come through it since the mid-2010s, as well as a few Lombardi trophies. It's GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Both teams sitting at 1-2 coming into this one. Somebody's going to get back to 500 here in week 4 as away we go. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Mitchell gets it from the gun. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Again, this is Mitchell. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 35 to figure out. Wilson now from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. He punted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. Starts his return from the 23. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. Nice 12-yard pickup on the return. And the Chiefs will get set to go on offense. They're set up at the 35 now. They'll run here on 1st down. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it.
Oh, my.
And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. It's a Marquise Brown touchdown. Butker with the extra point. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Running right with Mitchell. He's got a gain of 6 there. Felix and Udike Uzama making the tackle that time. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap for Wilson. That one finds Josh Downs. Keeps it moving. And he's in. Touchdown. The Raiders get it down to a single point. Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders tie this game 7-7. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes. That one finds Xavier Worthy. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
From the 38.
Yes, I do.
Pocket isn't holding up.
I like
They're able to
sushi.
drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down.
Why do you think? Why do you think I don't like sushi?
Scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that will give them some serious momentum along with a 1st down.
Okay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
Buys time, rolling right. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. This one intended for the running back. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
It was open.
Back to the air, Mahomes. This one's caught. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2.
Shut the fuck up.
A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. They'll try and punch it in. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defender's
Come on, conservative.
to bring him down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Back-to-back runs, stop short, and now it leaves him with a big 3rd and goal.
Well, you're getting a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Third time's the charm. He gets it again. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Chiefs break the tie here in the 1st. Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Chiefs take the lead here, 14-7 in the 1st.
Me?
Butker on now to kick this one away.
Me? Are you talking to me? Are you asking me that?
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
You're going us, man.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
You're going us, man. You know what you're doing.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Escapes the pocket. Looking right, and he finds him. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for.
Patriots sign Stephon Diggs.
Execute.
Mitchell takes it straight ahead.
Patriots.
And he fights his way forward to get this to the 45. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Second and 6 coming up here. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Vegas first down. Taking the handoff. Now Wilson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tried getting that one to Brock Bowers. So that brings up 2nd down. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's best hands. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing
I didn't even know he was talking to me.
to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. And they get this down to the 28. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback.
Time now for the 2nd quarter. Raiders in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. We'll cobble together a yard there. Felix and Udike Uzama making the tackle that time.
Hold on, I gotta change this up. Thunder block. Learn it. Say it right.
Just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And he's able to drive them forward into the red zone. And that's going to go down as a gain of 7. Now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Wilson out of the pistol. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Trying to find Brock Bowers. And that brings up 4th and short. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, if you couldn't do it.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Off play action, it's Mahomes. He puts some juice on a deep throw. That's grabbed inside the 30. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs now lead by 10. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. Butker with the extra point. And the Chiefs drive their lead to 11. Butker on now to kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Wilson to throw it. Caught. Trey Tucker makes the play. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Now a give right side to Mitchell. And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Here's Mitchell again. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Running on first here with Jacobs. And this one doesn't go far. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. So now they're going to throw with Wilson. This ball's
what?
caught by Bowers. And he's brought down at
The
about
3
that
freaking
27-yard
guys.
line. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for Raiders first. To throw, here's Wilson. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd down, Wilson. Completed over the middle.
Oh, fucking way.
And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Vegas first down. Mitchell up the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
He's on the move. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Jacobs does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple yards.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal.
It's too much for me.
Here's Wilson to the air. Getting out to his left. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Just not much
That was too many instructions you gave me. I only had 3 seconds to do it.
Scraped a positive gain out of it. That's still a win for this defense.
Well, you know what I don't.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Jacobs.
Chad Thunderblock.
It's a loss on the play.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray.
Chad Thunderblock with a 6-yard
conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
tackle for loss.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now give left side. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
We're to the 2-minute warning from Arrowhead. And it's the Chiefs with 2nd and 6. From the 34. That's caught by Chris Olave. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Fits it through the middle. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs grow their lead just before halftime. Chris Olave with the touchdown.
He's trying.
His kick is good for the moment.
Yeah, he's trying to
We
dig
got
him.
a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they check over roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft
What
it and
the
try to stick
fuck?
it deep. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all. But now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive.
I wish I had that effect on girls.
Starts out with a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Finds a seam down the middle.
What the fuck?
It's a foot race. 30.
Are you serious?
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown.
I don't give a fuck.
The Raiders could make it a 1-score game as they cut it to 9 before half. Brock Bowers the touchdown. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards, and 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they have prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays. Why even call it there for one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
So we've got ourselves a 9-point game now as they'll kick this off. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Called in by Worthy. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Mahomes on 1st and 10. Completed to his running back. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. DJ Reed brings him down that time. Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Throwing again, Mahomes. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. They'll go. It's Mahomes.
Are you
And that one's
serious?
going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
The quarterback's so worried about challenging the DBs in coverage, he didn't keep an eye on the lineman in front of him. He threw it right towards him, and it was easy to get a pop and swat away a potential first down.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about
I don't think he was.
the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely by throwing it away.
And he gets him around 6 there. Jaden Hicks there on the tackle. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Wilson on third down. The Chiefs get to him, and he's dropped. The defense takes its third and final timeout. Las Vegas sends out the punt team. And this will be his second effort of the contest. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they'll have a chance to run one play before time expires. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. We'll have them gain about a handful there. Cooper DeJean with the stop. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock here with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun. Oh, the football's loose.
How do I fumble on conservative?
The defense has it. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense...
So just like
Okay,
all
both of you,
touchdowns,
both of
all
you, both of
turnovers
you.
also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one.
Thank you. Fuck. I probably didn't, but
So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Back-to-back carries here. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. Back to the well again. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. No problem converting on 4th.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. Yeah. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
3rd and long for Mahomes. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City. Give now to the running back. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Hits his running back. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. It's a 23-yard pickup.
19-28.
And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
Me. Yep.
Running it now out of the gun. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Okay, that's why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Probably.
That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Looking for the back that time. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Gets it to him on the screen. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Okay.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. The give now out of the shotgun. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll send him up the middle. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. 3 yards on the run. It's going to be 3rd and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive. Try to stick them with the loss and make a difficult 4th down decision.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Here's Mahomes now. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Cooper to Gene in to pick it up. The 50. The 30. He's at the 10. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's a handoff. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Hey, 43, got that cheat code on this. Hey, 57.
Throwing is Mahomes. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. This is brought in at the 50. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs push this to an 8-point game. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Butker to try the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Chiefs push the lead to 2 scores now. Butker on now to kick this one away.
Sound good.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
Maybe. Maybe.
First and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Wilson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now it's 2nd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Doesn't want them riding.
And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Wilson now from the gun. Into a crowd and intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picks it off. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. You get a pick 6, you get a pick 6. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
A highlight? You're going to call a pick 6 and multiple? Highlight, Kate?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rock.
No highlight for a quarterback.
Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. Trayvon Merrick has it. Oh, I love seeing this, Brock. They got surprised with the pick six, but they made absolutely sure there would not be another two added on.
Yeah, kind of the epitome of sudden change, especially on such short notice. Not a lot of time to get prepped on that sideline and get out there to defend the two-point play, but they did their job and limited the damage that came from that interception.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. After the pick, here's Wilson. Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man. This one intended for the running back. And it's going to be 2nd down.
You know, that was a play game right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Trying to find Brock Bowers. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. They kick the running back in motion. Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. Finds his fullback. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the 1st.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much at training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Now run. This is Mitchell. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. They only needed a couple, and that is what they got. Not the most impressive gain, but a big one as they get the 1st. Wilson out of the pistol. He lofts it deep left. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
2nd and 10 now. Forced out to his right. On the move, looking deep down the middle. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's 3rd down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, he just couldn't quite hang on.
He'll get this to Tucker. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Once more, it's Wilson. Completed over the middle. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Sticking in the air with Wilson. Finds him over the middle. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Mitchell gets it from the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Running back sent in motion left. 1st down throw from Wilson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Throwing again on 2nd down, Wilson. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Chiefs take over on his 5th interception of the season.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. Wouldn't make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion. I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road. The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Tried connecting with Xavier Worthy there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They go play action. It's Mahomes. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And the Raiders have some new life in the 4th. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
Wilson now, 1st and 10. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it sets up 2nd down. Shotgun given out to Jacob. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. So now a much tougher task here as they come up on 2nd and 20. Shotgun snap for Wilson. That's taken in by Tucker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down. They're set up at the 35 now. On 1st down, it's Wilson. Brought in close to the 8. And he goes out of bounds after getting them to the 7. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Wilson to throw again. Flushed out of the pocket. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
He'll try to do it himself. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Raiders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Now a point after to bring it back within 1 score. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the 4th. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Hand off to the back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. Finds his man. It's Worthy. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll be first down, Kansas City. Laying back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzz.